Bonjour la classe, c'est Madame Hunter. Pour la dernière fois, for the last time this school year, this is the last activity, it's the last week, and I am taking this video outside my house in my beautiful backyard in a beautiful Indiana sun. Il fait chaud aujourd'hui, il fait beau, j'adore le soleil, j'adore qu'il fait chaud, et j'adore les vacances. So I'm super happy that we're going into this vacation time. Traditionally, in this last week of school, we are all together, we have finals, but my finals are not exams, as you know. It would have been some kind of project. But anyway, we don't have that. We don't have the end of year class party. We don't have the big commotion that always happens at the end of the school year. So this is a peaceful way for me to say thank you for this past year. If you did not already know, and I didn't tell you this because why would I, you were a little bit like a guinea pig year for me. This past year with my French ones, I tried out some new teaching techniques. I tried it across all of my classes, but I did it a lot more with you guys. In a new kind of way of teaching, which I really liked. It felt like you guys, you may not have understood that you enjoyed it more because you had nothing to compare it to, because you were never my French ones before. You only, that's the only thing you knew. But you guys did a wonderful job. I want to thank all of you who were you had a job in my classroom, you had some kind of role, whether you were my class artist, maybe you were quiz writer, story writer, librarian, my technician in charge of the computers. Some of you were kind of like my classroom helper. I'm trying to think of some of the other roles. Maybe you can remind me of some of the roles. Feel free to write me a little message in the discussion like, hey, I did this and I forgot. Oh, my calendar people, my fourth period. I had people do the calendars. I'm not going to name names. You know who those different people are. I appreciate each and every one of you and how you helped out this year. And if you didn't have a specific role, there's still many of you that brightened my day by your smiles, by your creative writing and some of the things that you would write, and I would get to read your stories in French and it would just crack me up. And more than that, actually, the new way that I've been teaching you, your French is awesome. At the end of French 1, you didn't even get fourth quarter, but by the end of the third quarter, a lot of you could read, write, understand, and even speak better than some of my other French 2 students. So be proud of everything that you achieved in French 1 this year. Most of you, not all of you, because some of you have different things going on, but most of you will be joining me in French 2 next year, and I'm super excited because you at French 1 have been great, and French 2 is just like French 1, except the class sizes are a little bit smaller. You've done all the basics, so we kind of move on to the next level, not necessarily harder, just always new stuff, but building on what you've done at French 1. And some of the things that we do are super exciting, and if you know any students who are in a grade above you or have done French 2 before, then you'll know some of the things that we do. So if you are worried about losing out on your French over the next couple of months before we go back to school in August, and again, we don't know what school will look like. I don't know at this point that I'm making this video. No idea what August will look like, the fall, when we return. It could be more videos. It could be live again, together again in the classroom, but socially distanced. I don't know what it'll look like, but I will always do my best to help you get the best out of French. So if during this time you're like, well, what can I do? Maybe you get into July 24th, July 30th, August 2nd, August 5th, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go back to school and I don't remember any French. Then don't worry, I'll try and post here on the video some on Power School, which you won't be able to access, but I'll try and post some things that you could do. But really, anything that you see online that could help you with your French is going to help you. And YouTube is awesome. You know that there are some YouTubers, les French YouTubers, who love to produce all these things, and just be careful of the ones that speak super fast. Don't really go for the kiddie stuff. Just go back over the kiddie things. Anything really would help you. You can always slow them down. Go do Duolingo. I know some of you are great at Duolingo. I would do that, and just, it doesn't matter what you do, don't worry about meeting a certain level. I would just say French is like a skill like any other. You can pick it back up, but it just gets harder the longer that you leave it. So there's no homework, but if you are kind of thinking about those things, then just do it for a little bit of fun. You're watching Netflix, you're watching Disney Plus, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is like the 100th time that I've watched Cinderella. I'm gonna switch it into French and watch 30 minutes of it in French. I do that all the time, and I forget, and it's left on in French, and then we're watching something and my husband's like, is this in English or in French? So I would recommend, because there's loads of things on there where you can turn it into French, put the subtitles on if you want to, especially with something that you're already familiar with. Yeah, there's loads of things out there, and something is better than nothing. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna say au revoir, passez de bonnes vacances, have a great hot vacation, and see you in August. Au revoir.